but this one is actually going to be in an area called Applewood. Now, the reason I put Applewood on the list is I also feel like this area has a ton of potential, not just in the near future, but especially in the long game. So as we now look at Applewood, talking through those same three characteristics, with the first one being that strategic positioning. And the reason I wanted to share this one with you guys is because of all of the exciting stuff that's happening right now in Applewood, specifically to the Lutheran Hospital redevelopment. You may have seen this featured in some of my other recent videos, and I'm including this in a lot of videos recently because I do really feel like this is going to be a huge improvement to the area, and really over the next 5 to 10 years, continue to bring in so many other new restaurants, just other amenities when it comes to making it a great place for people to live and have easy access to all kinds of cool stuff. We're already starting to see this. There's a lot of businesses already going in around the Lutheran Hospital redevelopment, brand new Lifetime Fitness that is massive, some really cool restaurants, bars. They're even creating a little district right next to the Lutheran Hospital in this area where it'll be like an open carry, kind of like in Las Vegas, where a few different restaurants, bars, they'll all be within an area that you can buy a beer at one place and then casually walk with it to another completely different restaurant across the street. So some very unique creative things that they're doing in this area that I think are really going to pay off in the long run. So from a strategic positioning standpoint, not only seeing all of this growth and new development going on, but also when you just look at it on a map, and as you can see on Google Maps, Applewood is located strategically in an area where you really don't have a ton of options when it comes to further growth. You have the mountains to the west. You have a lot of existing homes already completely developed out in that western side of Wheat Ridge. You don't have a whole lot in the northern area either with going into Arvada, and same thing with going a little bit south. You're very limited on where Applewood can continue to expand and grow. And because it's finite, this really does create a sense of supply and demand and makes that demand much higher and adds to the property value. So I think a strategic positioning, Applewood is one of the best places in all of Denver, in my opinion, and definitely why I always have had it as one of my top places that I would live if I was starting over today. Now, moving into that pricing positioning for Applewood, the reason I wanted to definitely put that on the list is because of the areas that are all around Applewood, specifically to the west in Golden. Golden is one of the most popular areas right now, and what I love about Golden is not only just the direct immediate access to the mountains, but also downtown Golden is awesome. So many cool restaurants, bars, lifestyle, just a lot going on, and that's because it's just over the years continued to get more and more investment into that area. Lots of people love that side of town, including myself. My parents actually used to live over there for several years, so I spent a lot of time visiting them after I was out of the house and in my college years. And man, I just love the Golden area, and having that directly next to Applewood is just another reason why Applewood is continuing to get more and more popular. Now, Applewood has a very unique style of homes, which also I think really does help with the value of the homes. And that's because they're on larger lots. A lot of them have great views because they are going up into the foothills. And it's just an area that is kind of a little bit secretive. Really not that many people know about it until they've already moved out here and lived here for a while. And I love that because it doesn't have nearly the traffic, the congestion. It's just an area that feels very peaceful, and man, I love it. So that's definitely why I wanted to kind of put it on the list for you guys too. So don't tell all your friends about it, but definitely one of my favorite spots in and around Denver. Then last but not least, just talking for a second about the lifestyle factor of Applewood. One of the things I love about this area is its direct access to the mountains, but also how convenient and easy it is also to get to downtown Denver and really the rest of Denver. You've got easy access to I-70, which will take you west up to the mountains, as well as taking you over into downtown Denver. But you also have Highway 6, which is another very efficient highway that not as many people use unless you live on that western side of town. So just another very easy access, just convenient way to get all throughout pretty much the entire city of Denver. So really, really good when it comes to that aspect of lifestyle, as well as just being in an area where the outdoors is literally in your backyard. Now, I've also done a few other videos about this in the past, where a lot of past buyers that I've worked with, as well as just people that I connect with on YouTube, maybe somebody like yourselves, where after they come out to Denver, they have a few regrets. And one of those being that they thought they would still get up to the mountains on a more regular basis. Let's just say as an example, you're working Monday to Friday, and after work at 5 p.m., you'd still like to get out for a hike. Well, if you live in areas like Applewood, this is super easy to do and without a doubt, very, very achievable. But if you maybe live out somewhere on the southeastern side of Denver, maybe in areas like Aurora, or maybe up north in areas like Thornton and Northglenn, if you still wanted to go out and enjoy a quick hike in the mountains, it's going to take you maybe up to an hour just to fight through traffic and get over to where you're trying to get to. So you're just able to really live a lifestyle of being at the foothills of the mountains when you live on the western side of town in places like Applewood, Golden, Wheat Ridge, and even that first location that I should also share with you guys with Edgewater. Even in Edgewater, since you are on the western side of town, that also still provides that ability to do so 7 days a week, no matter what's going on in your life. So I just love that about Applewood, and that's really the main reason why I would choose it as one of my top places in 2026.